It is a beautiful day today, so guess what? We are panning some Borealis. This is a limited pay dirt by Metally Corrupted. It is 1 gram of gold, guaranteed, plus more. Okay. Oh, came with a cool shovel, 3-tone shovel, poker chip, sticker, the Borealis bag, which is sick, and the Borealis signed, autographed. I almost don't want to open it up, but I have to. Here we have the Borealis bag, the first of 2 very limited pay dirts made for 2025. Photo was taken at night in our backyard. Very rare even to see the northern lights all the way down in Utah. This bag contains at least 1 gram of shiny gold and a fun amount of gemstones. Hint, if you pull the gemstones that you can recreate the label with the colors. Alright, so you heard them. We're going to have some gemstones and we're going to have some gold. So I'm going to get this all... Oh, I forgot to say, it's a beautiful day outside. So that's why we're outside. You might hear some random chicken crows, roosters crowing, chickens laying eggs. You may hear some neighbors pulling some junk up and down the roads. But, yep, it's a beautiful day. So this is where we're doing it. I'm going to get this all separated up. Stay tuned. All right, I've got that separated up into my littles, my middles, and my biggles. There are a lot of gemstones in the biggles. All right, okay. What you're supposed to do is recreate this picture with the gemstones. So that's why those are in there. All right, so I'm going to set those off to the side. That looks like a piece of beryl. That's like a piece of ruby or something. It's like a piece of ruby. But anyways, in the middles, I moved it around and you can see all the purples in there. So I'm going to have to pick through the middles. Oh, look, there's gold. There's gold in there too. I'm going to have to pick through the middles. Right, it looks like there's a piece of gold right there too. Yeah, that's definitely gold. Alright, so this I'm probably just gonna pick through and see if I can't find any gold. Like I found that piece of gold right there. So the biggles I'll leave for last. Or first or whatever. I'm not gonna go through the littles to look for gemstones. They're just way too small. Minus 20 mesh. Nope, not gonna do it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that off camera because making this is gonna take up a lot of space. I might even do it on time lapse, but I'll bring you back after I get all the purple ones picked out of there. All right, I have been picking through there for a while. These things are really tiny. I've had to use my tweezers, so there's not many green ones in there. A little more red ones and green ones. I'm just going to set those little pans off in there. And what I've noticed is that, see how I'm stratifying it down a little bit? And then I pull it back. The purple ones are all at the bottom. I'm done picking through this. So what I'm just going to do is pan it out. And if the purple ones stay at the bottom, so be it. But if not, I'm going to call that good. I did not pick any gold out of the biggles or the middles, and I have seen it. So, oh, by the way, this is the littles. And I pulled out my case knife, my case XX, and I cut the bag from the back side. So that way I can fill it back up and it looks like it's still brand new. Because I wanted to keep his signature intact there. Alright, I'm going to get my catch tray set up and we'll be right back. Alright, my catch tray is all set up. Here is a little jet dry. Here's my boy Blue. I'm going to do the littles first. So I'm going to do about half of the littles. What a glorious day. That's the shadow right there is stopping me from seeing. Alright, I see a little fine gold in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the rest of the littles in there. I apologize about the shadow, the reflection. It's just a beautiful day. I wanted to pan this outside. Look at that. You see all the flour off to the left hand side there? Whoa! I just fell off the stairs. Well, I just fell off the stairs again. Just a little couple, little small, minute pieces. That one's a little bigger. This one. But all right. Now we're going to do the middles. See, they were heavier than the rocks. All those purple rocks, I'm talking those purple stones, heavier than the material, the overburden. So that'll make it easier to pick it out when I do, if I pick any more out, because there was a lot of them, and I felt I have enough to do the picture, maybe. I don't know. I'll just leave it like this. Look at all that. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's going to be my snuff. Oh, could you hear it all go up there? So at least that now, if I do feel like picking all those out, if I need more for my mosaic, it's classified. It's classified, ma'am. If I recall, there was only like one. One piece of gold. Definitely looks like ruby. See how that pink that? There's the gold. I guess I'll just have to put some water in it. That way I can snuff it out. Got him. Okay, yeah, I don't see any more gold. So let's do a snuff dump. And we'll do it in this little, my warp pan. Yeah, she's clean. You get back in there. All right, what I'll do is I'm gonna snuffer that back out of there and then clean all the little stuff out of there, and then I'll get it dried out and I'll bring you back in for the way out. Stay tuned. Alrighty, that dried out very nicely in the sun here and very quickly. Okay, we're gonna get this on the scale. I had that turned on. I don't know what happened. Turned off by itself. Bird hands. Okay, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that is 1.21 grams of gold. I paid $130 for this, so you all do the math. I'm not doing the math no more. I'm done mathing. My mathing days are over. So if you want to do some math on that, you can do some math on that. I have a mosaic to do, so I'm going to cover this up so I don't lose anything, and that is going to be in part 2 right now. Okay, we're back. I don't know if I mentioned that. He gave me a sticker, a poker chip, a shovel, and a Borealis bag. But yeah, that was well worth it. This is part 2. Part 2 is you have to make a mosaic of that. So I cut a piece of cardboard approximately the same size as that. What I'm going to do is I separated all my stones up. I don't know if you can see that I moved them. These all are just rocks, except for that one white one. I don't know if I have enough purples. I've got more over here, but those are super small, and I really don't feel like picking all those out of there. If I have to use them, I'll use them. But here we go. What I'm going to do is I got some black spray paint right here. Hopefully it's still black. Okay, that worked out lovely. I'm going to let that dry for a second and then we'll be right back. All right, that is still tacky as can be. As you can see, my fingerprints are all still in there. I'm going to give it a go because I've been out here for 3 hours already. All right, I'm not going to try to write a B. All right, that's as good as that's going to be. This is all going to stick in there, and this is not going to turn out the way I want it to. All right, I am correct. It did not. So we're going to do this to it. Okay, pretend that says Borealis right there. Huh? I am not an artist, so I apologize about this right off of the get-go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that stuck. I doubt that they all stuck. But there you go. There's my Aurora Borealis. Mosaic. This is the tree, that's the night, that's Borealis, that's the Aurora Borealis. That's gonna do it. All right, thank you all so much for watching. This has been really, really fun. I still have some leftover pebbles. These are rubies, by the way. I'm gonna take you inside and we're gonna hit these with a black light real quick and show you what I got. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back after I get this all cleaned up. All right, this is gonna do it for my edition of Metally Corrupted's Borealis. All right, it came with the satchel, it came with a sticker, it came with the 3 tri-color spoon, which is ridiculously cool. Plus it's got a little catch in there. You can see if it catching gold. And then it came with a poker chip, Metally Corrupted poker chip. This is the 1.2 grams of gold. This is the mosaic that I made from all the stones, and the satchel. Okay, I'm gonna flick off the light real quick. Not that that matters because it's still daytime. And this is my UV Beast light. Not sponsored by UV Beast. Okay, those are the rubies. I don't know if you can see that they're glowing, but they are glowing. Glowing red. And then this is my, let's see if I could just put this on the Borealis bag. This is my mosaic, and as you can see inside the mosaic I have some rubies that are glowing with the Aurora Borealis. So that is gonna do it for this episode of the Empty Pan. I'm so glad you're all watching my videos. It makes a world of difference. Does me so much good to know that people are out there enjoying my content. Go ahead, hit the like, the subscribe, and comment button. And if you notice during the subscribe button, it says plus. You can become a channel member. As soon as I get a couple more channel members, I'll start having channel membership giveaways. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Empty Pan out.